My name is Kasper Johansen and I'm your YouTube philosopher. This video is about 5 reasons for doing philosophy. And let's face it, philosophy is not a science, so this is my interpretations on why one can benefit from doing philosophy. So here are my 5 reasons for doing philosophy. The first reason for doing philosophy stems from one of the oldest philosophical questions ever. One of my philosophy teachers at the university used to say that the oldest and one of the most important questions to philosophically ask yourself is life worth living at all? If the answer to that question is basically no, then one's best option is to commit suicide. But if the answer is yes, life is worth living, then the next question that comes up is, how should I live? In what way should I choose to live my life? Well, here philosophy and what philosophers say becomes useful. So this is my first reason for doing philosophy. Okay, the second reason for doing philosophy lies in the meaning of the word. Philosophy means something like friend of wisdom or love of wisdom. Wisdom is not the same as knowledge. Knowledge is something we get from science, and philosophy is not a science like, say, natural science. But knowledge of how the world works doesn't always quite satisfy us if we seek a deeper understanding and insight into why the world is what it is. Knowledge is not the same as understanding. To know how the world works doesn't make you understand it, and that may be the difference between knowledge and wisdom. Well, philosophy tries searching for a deeper understanding of the world, and a good philosopher may be called wise and full of wisdom because he understands something more than just scientific knowledge. The good philosopher is not against science at all, but he hopefully builds his deeper wisdom on top of that science. So my second reason for doing philosophy is because the answer you get from science doesn't satisfy me on a deeper level, but philosophy guides me towards hopefully a deeper insight. The third reason for doing philosophy is that philosophy can offer you a different help than psychology. I'm not saying that psychology can't help people. Of course it can. It's been doing that for years. But philosophy has something to offer to that someone who doesn't feel he needs a psychologist or a therapist. I think psychology may have a deterministic worldview in many respects. Psychology puts its emphasis on all your emotional baggage, your family background, or your genes. So psychology believes that everything you do stems from that baggage, family background, your genes, and all our actions are always based on this. So this means, in a sense, that you're not actually free because your actions are in some way deterministic, right? Well, philosophy offers you a way out of this, a way of feeling freer and in control of your own lifespan. Philosophy can offer you a sort of non-deterministic worldview if you're philosophically open to shed yourself of your baggage. Philosophy opens the door to the idea that it's actually possible. And that is my third reason for doing philosophy. The fourth reason for doing philosophy is that philosophy can help you in a different way than religion. Philosophy and religion is not the same, although some philosophies can transcend over to the realm of religious thought. And of course we have the academic discipline of philosophy of religion. But I'm talking about the sort of help you can get from religion or by joining a religious institution. Again, I'm not saying that religion can help you. Of course it can. People had help from religion for ages. But instead of going to a priest, and that's a priest of any religion, every religion has a person that fulfilled the role of the priest, although it's called different things. Anyways, instead of going to your priest, you can go to a philosopher instead. Because the answer you get from, say, a Christian priest, when you ask, why did my children die, or another beloved one, a priest could say, well, God works in mysterious ways, and God has some plan with all of this. A philosopher may give you a different perspective on questions like this, and will give you a different answer if you have a hard time swallowing the whole God works in mysterious ways kind of a thing. So philosophy can also give some sort of comfort or a philosophical salvation of some sort. An ancient philosopher like Epicurus said that a philosopher should always try to alleviate or soothe the suffering of man. The ancient Greek philosophers were very occupied by living what they called the good life and attain what they called ataraxia and eudaimonia. And that can translate to, happiness and peace of mind. So there is help to get from philosophy if you read the right philosophers, of course. So that was the fourth reason. The fifth and final reason for doing philosophy is because of the idea of ethics and morality. What to do in a particular situation. If you're faced with some sort of moral dilemma, well, religion and psychology has its answers, but both are bound by a closed system of thought, I would say. And what about science? There's no moral science because morals aren't a subject for science. Ever since the history of philosophy, philosophers had a good grip on moral discussions. And philosophers through time had come up with some pretty good moral concepts. So when struck with a moral problem, then philosophy can help you view the circumstances of the moral dilemma in a different perspective and may give the best idea how to conduct yourself in the best moral way. It's like this. We were given the ability to think for a reason. That is to think and use that ability to find a solution to a problem. And that is exactly what philosophy is all about. It is a particular way of thinking. That is a thinking in the most thoughtful way. Thinking about thinking itself. Oops. Now I'm getting started on philosophy. Thank you for watching this video. Remember to subscribe for more videos, and if you like this video, remember to share it on Facebook and other social media and give that little like button a click. And I see you in the next video. Bye.